I'm off for a bike ride that's been made possible by the rail line and the journey I'm making on it to reach my start point at Catherine Park near to Drumgelloch station on the outskirts of Airdrie. The rail line connects Edinburgh in the east of Scotland through Bathgate, Airdrie and Glasgow with Helensburgh in the west.
This is Livingston North. This train is for Helensburgh Central. The next stop is Bathgate.
In 1982, the section of the line between Bathgate and Airdrie was closed and dismantled. Parts of the remaining track bed became popular local routes for walking and recreation. The line was reopened in 2010, upgraded to double track, electrified for its entire length and with new stations built along the route.
We are now approaching Drumgelloch. Please mind the gap when alighting from this train.
Alongside the new track, a shared-use, traffic-free path was laid, which became a part of Route 75 of the National Cycle Network. Sustrans, the charity which coordinates the National Cycle Network, included the new path in its book of traffic-free cycle rides, which I've been using as inspiration for my camper van bike ride series. It forms a part of the Airdrie to Livingston route, which is the route I'll be following today. But I don't need my camper van today because the route finishes not far from home. Rather than ride out and back, it just feels right to include the train journey that made the path possible as a part of my adventure. Catherine Park is just a short, signed ride away from Drumgelloch station. We're on the outskirts of Airdrie, and the first part of the route is along the shared-use path on the north side of the road to the village of Plains. It's sensible to wear a helmet to avoid injury from low-hanging tree branches. Passing through Plains, it becomes apparent that the path is indeed shared. It's shared with road signage, planters, several road junctions, parked cars, even trucks and works vans. But it's mostly a wide path, and better than cycling or walking on the road with its pinch points and generally ignored speed limit. Just beyond the village is Ford Bridge, and the start of the traffic-free proper route, with the open countryside beckoning. The path along to Caldercrooks is wide, smooth and pleasant to ride. It passes below the rail line and then climbs to cross back at the bridge just before Caldercrooks station. The route through the village is on road, but the road is traffic calmed with a reduced speed limit and not at all busy. Beyond the village, we rejoin the path and find the first of 5 Sustrans Millennium mileposts. These are generally decorated and maintained by local Sustrans volunteers. It kinda looks like the gold paint ran out before all the wording of the poem could be highlighted on this one. The path passes through Caldercrook's local nature reserve before reaching Hill End Loch. This is a fishing loch, stocked by the Airdrie District Angling Club, and the path runs between it and the rail line. The Angling Club has a small cafe. It's run by club member volunteers that's open to the public and is a welcome place to pause for refreshment, even if the options are limited. Just beyond the cafe, watch out for the very patient fishermen created from gas cylinders with their scaffold pole fishing rods sitting on the shore by their upended boat. As we leave the fishermen, the second of the Sustrans Millennium mileposts is on the left, becoming hidden in the undergrowth. Not far further on, there's yet another milepost. This one sits on the boundary between North Lanarkshire to the west and West Lothian to the east. Ooh, even roadie-type cyclists are using the path these days. Although it can seem like we're passing through a bleak open landscape, it's pockmarked with many quarries, some disused, but there's a couple still active, and signs of the area's industrial heritage linked to shale and coal mining. At Black Ridge, the path skirts around the remains of Black Ridge Bing or Tip. It's popular with dirt bikers, and the boulders in the path are futile attempts to discourage them. It doesn't seem long before the path reaches Armadale, passing through new housing development and by the station. There's a new traffic-free path from here, passing by Southdale Primary School just beyond the railway bridge. It links Armadale with Whitburn to the south. This is the Compass, one of several art installations to be found along the route. It's at the junction with a path leading to East Armadale. The next Millennium milepost is easy to miss. It's hidden between bushes and to my mind looks a bit forlorn and ignored, except for the graffiti. Coming into Bathgate now, the route goes on road again for a short traffic calmed stretch through the residential area of Whiteside. The route goes to the right here, but the Sustrans book suggests making a detour into Bathgate using this link route into the town centre. Well, I'm not going all the way into the town in a turn around, returning to the route and the 5th Millennium milepost. This one is surely one of the most colourful, and it's good to see that it hasn't been vandalised with graffiti. Coming up is more public art. The Bathgate face, probably best seen with a drone, but you can make out the brow, the nose and the chin as I ride past. More public art coming up. The Pyramids. One of a series of sculptures along the length of the M8 motorway, and where the local farmer sometimes grazes sheep with colourfully dyed fleeces, and intended, I think, as part of the artwork.
Thanks.
Beyond the noise of the M8 traffic, the route passes into the quiet of Easterinch Moss and Seafield Law Nature Reserve, an area of raised peat bog important for carbon capture as well as the wildlife it supports. We're not far from the end of the route now, and soon pass into Livingston's extensive traffic-free path network. This is Elyburn Campus Path, passing the path into Deans South. A little further on we join Lochshot Burn Path and pass the end of Nell Burn Path before crossing the wee bridge over the Nell Burn. We pass the west end of Peel Path and are soon joining Ammon Path where we reach Livingston Village. It's worth taking a look around the graveyard of Livingston Kirk and the building itself, which has a history going back many centuries. The Sustrans route finishes at Livingston Inn on Main Street, where you can search out a Victorian post box no longer in use in the wall of what was once the post office. Well, thanks for riding with me. Ride with me again. Lost in Livy.